Did you know that there's no age limit on making a Roth IRA contribution, either at the beginning of your career, maybe at the end of your career? What does this mean for your kids? Do you have kids that are maybe getting their first job, and are you taking full advantage of the Roth IRA for them? I've got 5 things you need to know about the minor or custodial Roth IRA. Got that and more coming up. I looked this up. It's sort of depressing. You could do it yourself, but I got my first job when I was around 16, on my way to 16, just about there. March of 1997. Yeah, you can do the math, figure out where I'm at. But my goal when I was first getting a job, I wanted to make $3,000 a year. And I don't even know why I had this goal, but I wanted to. $3,000 was the target, and I worked a little bit during school, but hustled during the summer and wanted to make $3,000. Well, in 1997, the Roth IRA, I didn't even know about it, by the way, guys, but it was new. The contribution limit, I believe, was $2,000. And what if I would have contributed the maximum amount at the time, $2,000 into a Roth IRA invested in the S&P 500 in the year that I got my first job? Now, again, I looked into this. At the time, around March of 1997, the S&P 500 was around 790. That's very, very low. By the way, it got a little bit lower than that in my career, believe it or not, early in the tech bubble, great financial crisis as well. Ouch, those are painful times. But around 790. Today, at the time I'm recording, the S&P 500 is over 7,000. Had I invested that $2,000 into a Roth IRA in 1997 and reinvested dividends, it'd be worth around $30,000 right now. All of that growth, 28,000 of it would be tax-free because it's in the Roth. Guys, that's like going back and thinking of, that baseball card or basketball card collection and, oh, where did those cards go? Why did I get rid of them? Yeah, that's what it is. And for my kids, they're reaching this age. I've got the first one driving here now. And yeah, like, are you taking full advantage of the Roth IRA, or what's called a minor Roth IRA, for your kids? In order to, I want to address 5 things you need to know so that you can take full advantage of it. Number 1, the first thing, I already mentioned it, there is no age limit on making a Roth IRA contribution. No age limit. It does not matter. And this is a big misconception. Many people think you need to turn 18, or people think you got to be younger than age 60. I don't know where that came from, but we get a lot of people at the end of their career, when we sit down with them right before they retire, and for the first time they're saying, am I on track? Can I do this? And we say, well, why aren't you funding a Roth IRA? I thought I was too old. I thought you needed to be a certain age. No, there's no age requirement. The requirement is you need to have earned income. You need to have paycheck money. And that's the catalyst for this important video for you. Is as soon as those kids start getting a job, you're not thinking of retirement for them. You're not thinking of Roth IRAs. You're probably thinking finally some relief with their cell phone bill, or maybe gas money, something like that, get them off the payroll. But you really should be thinking opportunistically. No age limit or requirement on making a Roth IRA contribution. You just need to have earned income. So take advantage of it when those young adult children get their first job. Second, the maximum that they can contribute in any given tax year is up to 100% of what they earned, or that annual Roth IRA contribution limit, whichever is lower, okay? Whichever is lower. And right now, 2026, that annual contribution limit to the Roth IRA, $7,500. So if your child earned $3,000, say my example, then their contribution maximum, the max they could put into the Roth IRA for that calendar year, $3,000. If they ended up making more than that, or maybe they're in college and they are working and going to school at the same time, but they're still maybe not on their own, maybe they're making $10,000, something like that, because they're working a lot throughout the year, their contribution limit, $7,500. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, for my young adult, my young children or whatever, they're not going to contribute this amount. Where's the money going to come from? They're working and they're going to use this money. They're going to, spend it. They're going to enjoy it. They're going to whatever. Well, I love the idea of you getting them involved and introduced to the habit of saving for their financial future, right? Such an important habit, yes, to achieve long-term goals, but also just for balance in their life and saving up for any goal. Building that habit and starting to invest, that is a very important skill to learn at a young age. And so you can put the onus completely on them, or you could cover the contribution. I like a blend of the two, right? Where if you say, hey, you've earned $3,000, you can contribute $3,000 to a Roth IRA. Mom and dad, we will contribute, we will match $1,500 if you contribute $1,500. That way they've got some skin in the game. They learn the benefits of saving and delayed gratification, right? Such a crucial skill that is not celebrated or desirable right now in our society. But also they get some benefit and some lift as well. Number 3, if your child is under the age of 18, technically, this is a minor Roth IRA, or also known as a custodial Roth IRA, meaning they're not legally able to sign contracts. Therefore, you would be the custodian on their Roth IRA. It's still theirs, but you would be authorized. You'd be the one signing the account. You'd be the one authorizing contributions or withdrawals if there were any, or any changes to the account, making investment decisions. That's you as the custodian. If your child's under the age of 18, they need a special type of Roth, which you can't open it at every place. You know, certain companies allow a custodial Roth, others do not. But just know it's a special type of Roth IRA until they turn 18. Number 4 thing you need to know, once they do turn 18, and this is confusing, that custodial Roth IRA doesn't automatically become the child's Roth IRA, but it can't stay a custodial Roth. You need to do something. It's sort of in no man's land, and they don't just, automatically close the account. But the point that I'm making here with, number 4, the 4th thing you need to know about this is it's not on autopilot. It doesn't just automatically become theirs. You need to kind of release it and remove yourself as the custodian. And like I said, oftentimes these are set up as minor 529 plans. So the process for most financial institutions is, okay, now that the child is now an adult, legally an adult, they need to open up a Roth and they need to do a transfer from this minor Roth IRA, custodial Roth IRA, into their own. So know that if you're going to open a Roth IRA for a minor child younger than age 18, it's a special type of Roth, and then there's going to be some action, some steps needed by the time they turn 18, or when they turn 18. Oftentimes people just sort of forget this, the child, while they're 18, they're still not acting like an adult, I'll tell you that. And so they don't realize until later in college or after college or many years down the road, oh, you got this custodial Roth, and then there's work that needs to be done to clean it up, and it can be frustrating. So just know, number 4 is, the custodial Roth needs to transition to their own Roth IRA after they turn age 18, and there are some steps involved. And then finally, the 5th thing that you need to know about the minor Roth and taking full advantage of it is I mentioned it at the beginning, most people are not thinking about retirement when they've got a young child, a child that's getting their first job. And likely that child's not thinking about retirement either. They're probably thinking they don't want to work ever, period, not retire. They just never want to work. Just teasing there. But most people, this is not on their radar. And therefore, the idea of taking some money, maybe from your first job, and putting it into an account that you can't touch until you're retired out there, past 59 and a half, may not be super appealing. So number 5, know that you can withdraw the amount that was contributed at any time with no tax, no penalty, no issue. I'm not suggesting that you should. I want you to leave as much money in the Roth IRA working and growing compound tax-free for you as long as possible. But just know, if you say when they're 16, getting their first job, I don't know, they might use this for a house, or they might want to withdraw these dollars out. Are we sure we should do this? Well, yes, that's an important question you'll want to work with your certified financial planner on, but just know you can withdraw your contribution at any time. There's no tax, there's no penalty, and that's not just a special feature of the minor or custodial Roth IRA. That's how Roth IRAs work. Your contribution, your basis, you can withdraw should you need to, and there's no tax, no penalty. It's just the disadvantage of you as have less dollars in that Roth growing tax sheltered, tax-free for your financial future. So are you taking full advantage of the custodial or minor Roth IRA for your young children as they are getting their first jobs? How does it work in your financial life? Work with your certified financial planner on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online. Korhorn.com, that's Korhorn with K. WiseMoneyShow.com, you can find us there as well, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.